Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Love you guys. So glad you're here today. I'm going to be working in my Trashy journal today. My name is Liz and I do a lot of creative things on my channel. Right now, I've been kind of getting into this Trashy journal. It's one I'm making for the fall of 2025, which is current to the filming of this video. I've made several Trashy journals before, and if you want to take a look at those, I have a playlist and you can check that out. They're my Trashy journals playlist. So if you want to just veg out and watch a bunch of junk journal or trash journals being created, by all means, head on over there and get your fill. Anyway, today I wanted to show you something really cool. Now, recently my husband redid our roof. Now, that's what he did before he retired. He was a roofing contractor and he had some people lined up to help him, but that fell through. He ended up doing it himself. And pretty amazing because he hurt his rib on a bike fall before the roof was starting, but he had to work through a painful rib, and I'm impressed. But anyway, while he was up there, he found this newspaper from September 3rd, 1965. I wasn't even born yet. So this was up in the attic. And then the person who owned this house before us was an editor at the Laramie Boomerang. So that's kind of a cool little tidbit of information there, I thought. But there's LBJ puts pressure on talks. I mean, this paper is 60 years old. Look at this. Betsy threatens Bahamas. So Hurricane Betsy. Here down here, an audition was held by several white-faced Herefords Thursday in preparation for today's opening livestock sale at the Laramie Livestock Exchange. That's where I live. Army troops attack Indians. Oh my goodness. And here's the movies that were going on at the time. We had Horror Vision, and then we have Shenandoah from James Stewart, 007, Dr. No, Shirley MacLaine, and What a Way to Go. Rio Conchos. Oh my gosh, just lots of fun. Police question lover of strangled blonde beauty. Beard champion returns in wagon. So yeah, we've had a lot of fun going through this, but it is super brittle and I don't quite know how to, I want to use it or I want to maybe copy some things. For healthy horses, try Franklin apple flavored horse warmer. Yeah. Ambulance calls, police calls, traffic accidents, births, warranty deeds. Research gets a shot in the arm. The House Thursday passed legislation to authorize a federal fast train research program aimed at getting persons traveling between major cities off the road and on the railroad track. Oh my gosh. Hospital notes. I mean, it's just interesting who got dismissed from the hospital. I mean, oh my, times have changed. Times have changed for sure. But that's just a fun trip down memory lane. So anyway, I have this I'm going to put in, try to fit this in. It's just really crinkly and it's got this weird shape. So I don't know. A little bag. Oh, I'm using my new microphone. It comes in this little container. Let me know how it sounds. Yeah, I've got another one here. It's actually pretty good. It's this little PQR-QB mini mic. So we'll see. It's an actual real microphone. So a little bit of a learning curve on that, but no, it was actually pretty easy to get started. I'm going to add another light. See how that goes. So let's plop in. Now I worked on 2 of these signatures. I did not work on this one at all the last video, so I'm going to grab that and set the others aside. Let's see what I can put in here? Kind of want to keep those things visible. Crayon, I like that the way it is. Now I've got this down here. This, could I have this be a pocket? I think I could. Let me trim off the edge a little bit here. I'm going to add a piece of tape on the bottom here just for a little bit of color. I've got, what's this here? That's not quite long enough in my opinion. How about that one? That's a little better. Double-sided tape, so I could remind myself. And these are just scraps that I put together. Made a bunch of these tapes at one point. And they're just a lot of fun. Way to use up scraps for sure. And these are these are scrapbook papers that I've had for a really long time, and then just added one kind of my painted papers. So I can do this using Fabri-Tac because it's cardboard. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a necessary evil right now. I feel the need to be creative. I have a sketchbook. They call it sketchbooks, but yeah, potato. So many things go into a sketchbook that aren't sketches. So maybe it's called an art journal. I might not call it a sketchbook. I might call it an art journal. But anyway, I've been trying to fill up one of those. I haven't really, it's a big one. So I want it to get filled up and put all kinds of cool things in there. And actually, Jubilee's been messing around in it too a little bit. So that's kind of fun. So she's got her little fingerprints on it. Human being. I'm going to cut this little human being part out. That might be a cute little tab on something somewhere. Pretty calendar page. My noons right there. Here's a pocket I already made. Added a strip of that. Crafters collection. I have this little note. And if you haven't seen my Instagram, may I just suggest that you check out your local food banks, because some of your neighbors might be having a hard time this next weekend. And in the food banks, ask them if they need money or if food donations help. Sometimes the food banks are able to purchase goods at a lesser cost because they can purchase in bulk from distributors. So it might be a better thing to give them money. And yeah, that's the world we live in today. Our government is not active right now. And so our little part, that anything that we can do to help ease the pain of those people who are using the system in a very legitimate way, go and give some money or ask them if food helps. But it's see what you can do, do your little part. We're going to help our neighbors, aren't we? No matter who they voted for or it doesn't matter. We're just going to love our neighbors and help them if they need it, because that's the American way. And I love this country. So anyway, so how do I attach this? I can just staple it right here. I can do that. That's easy enough. And then it can just be like this little flip, and I can put a date on it, because this book is fall of 2025. So this is what's going on in our country right now. This is a legitimate thing that's happening. So why not add it to the book? And did I get a staple on that? Oh, that's a, yeah, these are like old Post-its. Stick that in there a little better. So, and let me put a date on that too. Let's use my fun pen here with red ink, we'll say. This work to write on? Nope, nope. Here's a list. Check the back of this. There we go. 10. What is today? Is the 29th. Man, I can't believe this month is almost over. Goodness gracious. How about you guys? Can you believe how quick this month has just flown by? I'm kind of all agog about it. Let's see. I've got that. What if I do something like this with my list? I don't want to cover my little window though. I like that. It's kind of fun that way. I'm just going to slap it down and I'll trim off the excess. And when I add a list, it's kind of interesting to see what, you know, what my food consumptions are, because it does change. It's like right now I have some restrictions, and so I have to be kind of, you know, careful with what I purchase and what I eat, and I might have to go for more restrictions because of some levels of things in my blood. So I might have to do yet another restriction or adjustment. We'll call it an adjustment. I don't like the word restriction because it sounds so negative, but an adjustment will need to happen here, I think. We'll see what my doctor says. But that's why I like to add lists, because things that I can have now, will I have to change that? And then what will my list reflect, you know, later on? Okay, so my pretty flowers, I kind of like it on that page. May as well just put it there. I think I will use, should just use double-sided tape right here, then it can be a flip. It doesn't have to be completely tacked down. And we'll see. If I want to put more tape on it, I can. I have that option. That way I still have the flip up if I want to add something different later on. Yep, these are going to get smushed. I'm okay with that. And I will maybe put a little note. Maybe I'll put a little note on here. Why not? Where is a pen? How about this one? Beautiful orchids. Beautiful orchid blooms. This flower, and to make it a journal, I'm writing in it now. This flower was given to me a long time ago by my husband. And the only time it has bloomed is when we live here in Laramie. Only has bloomed in Laramie. And it's been consistent. Every year it blooms, and then the blooms last for months. I have 2 shoots that comes out of it, and they last for months. And that's just a few weeks ago is when it started to droop. Those started to droop. I don't know about that. I just don't know about that. But I do like that list. I've got tape here in the middle because I thought it might be good to keep it reinforced. But the tape itself isn't sticking. Nah. Okay, Crafter's Collection. This was, I bought some air dry clay to make a palette for painting. And I must say, disappointed. Let me show you what it looks like. Yeah, not awesome. It's not deep at all. The wells, first of all, the air dry clay that I bought is this Nara air hardening clay, and it's from Hobby Lobby. And it's great for these little things. You know, I made 2 of these little things, and this is going to get painted and become maybe an ornament or something, right? And I don't know about this. I just don't know. But I'm making this, and it just looks, the wells didn't stay, it didn't keep its shape. It was, maybe I used water than I wasn't supposed to, but I couldn't really dig it out because it's really gelatinous and like gum almost. So we live and learn, but it was cheap. I mean, it was only like $4. But I did make a little holder, a brush holder, and it's still drying on the bottom. It's not quite dry on the bottom, but I'll paint that too and gloss it with, and that's, you know, just, it's not even a mountain or a bug. I don't know. It's just, I've just pinched it. We'll see what happens with it as it finishes drying. Okay, but that's the clay tools. That's what this is from. And I want to make sure it's going to be okay. Yeah, that works. So needle tip applicators and Crafter's Collection here. So maybe I should glue it. I don't think my stapler is going to be big enough. Or long enough, I should say. Well, oh, hey, what up? Let's see, what do I have on the other side? Okay, good. Okay, I don't want to cut off the pocket too much, right? Yeah. I'm going to smush down those staples too a little bit, just to keep them from causing too much bulk or poking. Just using the edge of my scissors here. Bone folder would work too, I guess. Okay. Oh, crackers. And this is a pocket. That's a pocket. I do like lots of pockets. That is a thing that I like. So what should I put here? Let me pull out this bin of lovelies. What could I add? Please recycle this box. Put that on the top somewhere. How about right there? I like that. Just add some glue. I'm gonna have to do something with the back of it. Let me add a fun piece of tape that I've painted over here. And these are ink, alcohol inks, so there's a little bit of, well, it's mostly dry. Okay, I was afraid it was going to leak. That one, let's do this one on the end. Ooh, there is some leakage still. Look at that. So I'm still getting a little bit of, it's not dry. Huh. Wow, it looks so cool though. I wonder what the deal is. It's this blue, I think. Well, let me just rub some onto this thing. And it'll be like a distress ink. We'll leave it as is. I wanted to put the tape up there. You know what? I still can. Because it's just masking tape. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm going to glue that right there. I still want this up here. Duh. Okay, I'm trying to organize my brain here. Okay, it's a little crooked. I'm going to leave it. Too much thinking is not on my list to-dos today. But yeah, that alcohol ink on that tape isn't quite dry. And I don't think it ever will be, being alcohol ink. I wonder if I spray it with adhesive, my spray adhesive. I wonder if it would stay then. But I really like the colors on there. It was a lot of fun to make those. Just didn't realize that they weren't going to not dry. A lot of crinkly noises today. Hope you're all right with that. Need to get this a little bit wet. That bag isn't quite sealed. So, okay, it comes off pretty good. Got a little bit of neon paint on my fingernails. So I was neon playing yesterday. All right, where was I at? I was going to put something on something somewhere in this thing. Is that clear? Put something on this somewhere. Beets, more crinklies. My mac of chocolate. Do I do a pocket on a pocket? I've been drinking some of this again. Need to give it a notch. Half the time when I do these little tiny things, I forget to notch the pocket. And then this one's definitely double-sided tape. Okay. There we go. That's fun. Let's find something for the other side. No, come on, no. What do I have? Got my perfect peach tea bags as well. Huh. That's a fun, different shape. Nature's Bakery Fig Bar. You know, it's funny because Jubilee liked these at first, and then she kind of stopped liking them. She goes through phases like that. So then I have these bars that she doesn't want to eat. Just adding a little distress ink for color. And something else that's pretty. Do we have this or something? Blues and greens. So double pocket right here. That's going to chunk it up pretty good. I can live with that. Hold on, I'm going to check here. Any bumps that you have need to like pull off. Make sure it doesn't get caught. Otherwise, yeah, whatever you're gluing or putting in the pocket's going to get stuck. Okay. All right, guys. I'm looking at my clock and it's over 25 minutes. So I'm going to call that good. I need to go eat lunch and figure out what that's going to be. So I hope you're having a great day. I hope you are able to know you're loved somehow, you know. Yeah, this was from the summer, so can I add this? I still have seeds from the ones that did grow, so I kind of spread them out already. Anyway, that's all I'm going to do for this time with you today. I hope you are having creative time, whatever that looks like for you, and that it's enjoyable and your alcohol inks dry for you. All right, friends. Take care. Love you. And as always, God bless. Bye-bye.